everybody. I want to do this video of this guy. I heard of him a while back, but I just kind of heard about him, and supposedly killed himself. If you don't know who I'm talking about, go look him up on YouTube, Jerk TV. He supposedly killed himself over a rapper, which he was also a rapper / a comedian. Sorry, my face looks greasy or whatever. But he supposedly killed himself over a rapper. You may have heard of her, Honey Cocaine. I don't know if it's true. I mean, I looked up on his Twitter. I heard everybody talking about, he just killed himself over honey cocaine. I don't really believe that. I think it's a little something behind that. I don't necessarily believe that it has nothing to do with her. I heard they were dating or something, but he's really funny. He was really funny. Supposedly I watched this video of Tyga because Freddy, that's his name, he said that he was signed to Tyga's label or whatever, and supposedly Tyga said that he never heard of the guy, or so. He's on World Star, he's on YouTube, so rest in peace if he is dead. He's a really funny guy. It's just really crazy. I just was scrolling on my newsfeed and I saw it, and I heard about him a while back, so I was like, wow, it's crazy. So yeah, rest in peace. Go look him up on YouTube. Subscribe to his channel, follow him on Twitter. It's really sad, but yeah, so bye.